little baby rocking, looking like he's embracing the moment. And I got the opportunity to have some interaction with him on social media. He's a very confident guy, living life to the fullest, and he's stepping into the ring again.
Both these guys, very, very tough guys. I mean, I got this one as a pick 'em. What do you think?
It's a toss-up. I trained with, I got the opportunity to spar with both Barros brothers, over at Jucal, and they're both super tough, really good wrestlers, really well-rounded. Recently, you see them in there boxing with Jaed Brown, a boxer, pro boxer.
Oh, really?
Albany. Yeah.
They're over at Jucal now, too?
They were just sparring.
No, but he came over to Jucal.
He came over to Jucal to spar, so he gave him some good tips on the boxing, and so I'm excited to see them. And plus, they're two brothers in similar weight class, so you got a built-in.
They're fighting wrestling on Thanksgiving. They're always
their whole
going
lives. At it. Yeah, they were fighting over the Thanksgiving dinner.
There you go, exactly. Who gets more mashed potatoes?
Yeah. Who gets more? Hey, listen, you got to win. You got to fight to eat.
Here we go again in the blue corner, folks. Nicholas Oyola. We see the shin guards. It is a novice fight. We're coming up to the end of those novice fights here soon.
That's where we get to see the real action, the real violence. We know what you came here for.
Oh, yeah. We know what everybody at home's watching for. Again, now he's going to be the hometown favorite, Musa. There's a lot of Team Jucal support here.
Yeah, listen, he's right in his backyard, and Team Jucal always brings out the fans, man. I feel like Team Jucal's name is synonymous with Cage Wars, and we're seeing that represented firmly within the crowd here.
Being accompanied down to the cage by USMTA Commissioner Ed Kinner.
Shout out to Ed, keeping the fighters safe, man. Every time you talk to Ed, he always mentions that he works for the fighters, not for the promotion, not for anybody but the fighters, keeping us safe. And I do my best to respect his position, and I hope everybody else does the same.
I've worked for several certifying organizations over the last 10 years, ISKA, USMTA, a lot of other places, and it's just a matter of Ed runs a very tight ship here.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes he can be a little bit tough, but again, I'd rather him be tough than have these, fighters be put in danger.
But he really is a good guy, and I think one saying that fits well with Ed is a velvet glove over an iron fist.
I like that.
That's a good one, isn't it?
I like that.
Hey, I'm smarter than I look.
I like hitting with a phone book because it doesn't leave bruises.
that sounds like some... Listen, I think you can only find that in low
That was from my old life when I used to collect for bookies.
Yeah, I think you can find that in low economic white communities.
Or when you owe a bookie a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually did do that.
You were a bounty collector?
For
bounty hunter?
For bookies. Money.
No, I'm saying, but you were the bounty hunter.
No, I was the bookie collector that went to get the money.
That's what a bounty hunter is.
No, a bounty hunter gets a criminal.
Same thing.
All right.
A bookie hunter?
All right, here we go. Musa making his way in.
Let's go. Musa Barros back in the cage.
Musa definitely the thicker of the two.
Yes, he's an athlete, to say the least.
It's hard to believe they're both in the same weight class.
Yes, Musa's very quick and explosive.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
The action continues on the card for Cage War 69 with our upcoming contest scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds at our catchweight 150-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 150 pounds, representing 717 MMA out of Harrisburg, PA, Nicholas No Limit Oyola. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. His official weight, 150 pounds, representing Team Jucal out of Scotia, New York, Musa Barros. The man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell is Dan Mergliata.
Again, we talked about that 150 catch weight. You could tell Barros had to cut the weight to make it there.
Yes. One thing about the Barros brothers, right, Mukhtar is the more quiet and reserved one, and Musa is definitely the more outgoing and loud one if you've ever been around them. And I'm just looking to see if their fighting styles also reflect that. As you can see, look at all.
After seeing that last fight, I'm like,
I wouldn't do it.
God bless him.
Yeah.
Southpaws versus Orthodox here.
Yeah, Musa's definitely the more aggressive fighter out of him and his brother.
Nice inside leg kick to cross.
Yeah, Mukhtar's more reserved and counter striker, and Musa goes for the blood here.
You know, the addition of Farshad to the Muay Thai coaching over at Jukal's made a big difference to complement Hakeem in the boxing.
Yes. It's huge. They have a great team over there and fielding a bunch of fighters tonight.
Yeah, Farshad has done a really, really nice job rounding out their striking.
Yep, working with Luis over there. Just fresh off his win at Karate Combat, making
Shout out Luis Melendez.
Holding it down for the 518.
He was here last time because you were in Japan.
Yeah, oh yeah. Shout out to Luis, man. That's my guy.
Nice roll
and listen,
by Oyola.
Oyola is nothing to sleep on, man. He is no person to sleep on. He's got a deep bag of tricks. And there you go.
Nice catch of that left leg and roll.
And we're seeing some good grappling on display. Wow, back and forth.
See, now this is more high level. Both these guys getting out of mount.
Yeah, and as the fights progress, the fights will get more and more high level, more and more experienced, and more violent, if you will.
I kind of like Nicholas Oyola's, the cut of his jib. He's like,
thanks, my man. Thanks, my man. Shout out to the fans. Yeah, Nicolo's style is, he rolls with the punches. You know, he's kind of deceiving in his demeanor and mannerism. Nice wrestling.
Nice shot by Musa.
Super good shot. Right to half, right to side control. And like I said, Musa's putting that wrestling on display.
But again, good job by Oyola catching that leg, trying to get into half guard.
Yeah, he's a tricky guy. He's tricky in his grappling and in his striking. Oyola.
Musa trying to pass that left leg. Now, as he saw just now earlier, he's got to be careful because he knows that his opponent does a nice job of bucking off his back.
Yes, and he's very, very elusive in those grappling exchanges.
Exactly.
There he is. He's got really good hips, honestly.
He does. Musa's got the strength, but he's using his hips very well. Musa wrestling up. He's got underhook.
Hey, listen, these grappling exchanges are really fun to watch. Man, they both have their strengths. I think Musa's more power-based, and Oyola's more tricks and hips, but man, that's been fun to watch up until this point.
Yeah, this to me is a very fun grappling transition here with this fight.
Yes.
And
Musa definitely more of the wrestler, Oyola definitely more of the jiu-jitsu style.
But both of them equally respectful of each other's skill set.
Yes. And like I said, I don't know what you think about this, but Oyola may have a little bit of the advantage having fought Musa's brother there.
I agree. You know what I mean? It's almost like you've been in there before with, very similar styles, very similar body types.
Yes. Hey, listen, that was an extremely hard round to judge. If I had to give it to someone, it would be Musa.
For damage.
For damage and just because I think he spent more time in control.
Yeah.
And he took him down twice.
Yeah, I would agree. Now, if I'm in Oyola's corner, though, I'm going to tell him to slow down a little bit, pick his punches.
And from what I've seen before, Oyola gets stronger as the fight goes on.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise.
He's very focused over there with his corner. He's listening intently. He's catching his breath. You see him actively breathing to catch his breath. Increase the vagal tone.
And Musa looks in good shape, too. I know in the past, man, the Barros brothers, man, they tend to slow down a bit as the fight goes on, but he's looking in great shape.
Well, but they're both very muscular, too.
Yeah, that's what it is, and I have that same problem.
Yeah, the more muscle you have, the more oxygen you need.
Yes, exactly, and that's just science.
Absolutely.
What was the science you said it was earlier?
I'm an exercise physiologist and a biomechanics specialist.
Biomechanics specialist.
When I got into biomechanics, it really did make jiu-jitsu make sense because it's all leverage, angles, lengths, torque.
All of it is. Nice inside low kick. I love that strike, the inside low kick.
Yep.
Ooh.
Now, with the orthodox versus southpaw, the cross is there for both of them.
Oh, now we're seeing high-level striking on display. Barrios putting the pressure on. Oh, we're seeing some wrestling from Oyola. Look at the takedown defense.
Wow.
He's in the front headlock. He's looking to turn the corner. I know exactly what he's thinking as a wrestler. He's trying to get to the side. He turns into a Darce.
choke.
Locked in deep. That's tight. Oyola doing a good job fighting his elbow to the mat. Wow. Hey, this is a great fight.
Wow.
What a fight.
Great job by Oyola, but can he get out of this?
Now Musa's looking for a guillotine. He's got it pretty deep.
Oh, he lost the angle.
Oyola escapes. Hey, listen, that's a lot of work from Musa there. Good whizzer. Good job hipping into that whizzer.
Excellent whizzer.
Yeah, Musa's having a really good round right now.
Now, if I'm Musa, I'm going to slow it down a minute.
Yeah, catch your breath.
Create that pressure, catch your breath.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job looking to his corner for instruction on what to do. we know that Iola's has really good hips, and Musa's doing a good job making himself wide, right? To the young wrestlers, I call it Patrick Starring. Hey, SpongeBob. SpongeBob. I would say SpongeBob. Make yourself wide. Patrick Star.
I love it.
And it takes away some of those sweeps there. See him posting his hand out to catch himself from.
Yes.
And Iola's still looking for those little opportunities to pop his hips and shift. But Musa, there it goes again.
And that's part of having the legs laced on that left leg of Oyola is try to stop that bucking and just kind of work his way up Oyola's body.
The problem with the leg laces are if you don't use it to break out their base where they're pushing off, they can pop you and roll you.
Yes.
But Musa's using his arms as those bases to stop himself from getting rolled, and his knees as well.
And the shoulder pressure in the throat.
Yep. He's being real heavy on top this round and dominating, quite frankly.
I'd like to see a little bit more ground and pound.
He's looking for an Americana. We see a lot of guys going around that head to find that Americana, and he's got to bring the elbow down. Yeah, on that Americana, you got to
gift wrap.
Yeah, gift wrap. Should do a gift wrap clinic, man. Me and you.
Oh, I love that stuff.
We should do it.
Love it. All right, here we go.
I'd like to see Musa go for a rear naked choke here. Arm triangle. Passes up on both.
Oyola did a good job bringing that left hand around.
He sensed the danger.
Looked like he was whispering in Musa's ear there for a second. Crowd's starting to get a little bit antsy, but that's kind of to be expected.
Well, they got spoiled here with that action early on, man. Those fire exchanges, like I said, the fans are here to see somebody get taken out here on a stretcher.
Well, and there's always those guys like, hey, just grab the dick and twist.
Yeah.
There's always some of those in the crowd.
There's always some of those in the crowd. That's why you listen to your coaches, not the crowd. Musa stepping over to that mount. He's been dominating this round, especially with the grappling. Hey, and that's a round for Musa, man.
Right now, I think that was a very important round for Musa because I think that's really going to start to zap the cardio of Oyola.
Yeah. Like I said, Oyola is usually the one picking up as the fight goes on, but he's been carrying Musa for 2 rounds now and like using big explosive movements. So.
And Musa was very smart there. He didn't expend any more energy than he had to, and he still controlled very well.
Hey, listen, I think he made a really big adjustment at using those posts to stop those explosive re-rolls and sweeps. It's a big adjustment.
Yeah,
High IQ.
Oyola's got the ice on his head, trying to get himself back up and ready for this 3rd round.
This has been a great fight up to this point.
It's definitely been an elevation of skill set in both these guys.
Yes.
It's obvious.
Yes. Very obvious.
All right, here we go. Musa Barros up off that chair first. Oyola still mentally seems into it, just a little bit more drained, if you will.
Hey, listen, you're never out of it in an MMA fight, man.
Never.
4-ounce gloves. I know they got the shins on, but still, man, you're never out of it in a fight.
Now, the thing you're going to notice is Musa throws his punches with a much stronger base.
And Musa's really looking for that counter, too, there.
You see Oyola throwing his punches, his head actually goes forward in front of his feet, so he doesn't have as much power.
Yeah, not much power. Musa's way more sturdy, way better foundation. Like I said, nice inside low kick.
Another kinetic linking. So with his head there, feet separate, you can create power and pressure from the floor.
Hey, and Oyola's kind of giving those strikes away, winding up a little much.
But again, you know what? He clipped Musa, and Musa went in for that takedown.
Yeah, a little bit from distance, but he's in on the leg. Good job.
But that's what forced that takedown. He clipped him with that left hand.
And then you're like, that's when the wrestler. So you turn to this.
Well, especially if you've dominated this long already.
Why not? Seal the deal.
Go to the bread and butter.
This guy's too dangerous to stand in front of.
And you see Oyola getting worn down. Not quite the intensity he had before.
Yeah.
And, Musa's right in the corner of Oyola, but it really doesn't matter at this point.
Nah, Musa kind of has figured out his Oyola's bottom game here, and he's just really settling into dominance.
Making it difficult for him to breathe, making it difficult for him to move. He's having to resist Musa's weight on him, so he's using muscular energy.
He's still looking to make those pops, but like I said, Musa's kind of made the adjustment of making himself wide on top here and not get re-rolled, so.
Yeah, he does seem to have negated the hip bump of Oyola.
Yeah, and he's spamming it now. And Musa's just scoring points here. Really making his case to the judges that this is his fight.
I tell people that mixed martial arts is a violent game of chess.
It is.
I remember when I started jiu-jitsu, my instructor 20 years ago, whatever, said you have to think three steps ahead. I'm like, Coach, I'm trying not to get killed.
Yeah.
How am I thinking 3 steps ahead?
I'm just trying to keep my brain cells.
Yeah, I got my ass kicked so many
Dominic
times.
ground and pound. Musa starting to open up the final minutes of this last round to really secure that victory.
Yeah, very dominant from Musa Barros.
And you see Musa here, he's jamming his head on Musa's head, kind of pinning his head to the mat. Like you said earlier, where the head goes, the body follows.
Yep.
And we're seeing that on display right now.
Musa doing a good job posting, creating the separation. Oyola trying to get to that left hip, right hip rather.
Yeah, and again we see that elbow in the head, just making it uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It interrupts their breathing patterns. It mentally frustrates them.
Yep, makes it gritty.
Yes.
And it pins your head to the mat.
Opens you up for some body ground and pound, lengthens you out for your opponent to kind of close some more distance, work up your body. Final 10 seconds of this third and final round. And, I love the post on the face, too. Like, a lot of guys don't realize to think about
There
it.
you go, right there.
Yeah, you can post right on the cheek.
Post right under the chin there. It's, like you said, where the head goes, the body follows. Best way to control your opponent.
Great job by both these guys. Nothing to be upset about, really, for Nicholas Oyola. He weathered that storm.
And he had a great fight. Made a lot of fans for sure.
He did, and he was fighting the heavier fighter. He took a catch weight fight, and he's a 145er.
Yeah, and he's game.
A lot of respect. And, you can't help but have respect for anybody that steps in the cage.
Yeah, and fights like that.
It's like that.
Boy, good fight right there. You know the vibes. You know the vibes, man.
It's like Teddy Roosevelt and the Man in the Arena.
Yeah, hey. And that's what it is. Musa doing some crowd service here.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
That's what it's all about.
Maybe we spoke too soon. Looks like they're having a little meeting over there in the corner.
Yeah, a little powwow.
Sometimes that happens with the decision. The judges want to make sure everything is correct.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a little long, but I think this one's fairly easy to come to a conclusion.
I would agree. We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
As always, fight fans, a round of applause for two great warriors and one hell of a contest. After 3 hard-fought rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges have scored the fight 30-27 for your winner. By way of unanimous decision, Musa Barros.